Scorpio, hello there. Hope everybody is having a wonderful quarantine, finding things to do, read, clean the house. Oh, I've been doing a lot of cleaning. Alright, so this will be a tarot reading for Scorpio for June 2020. This is Truth Be Told Tarot. My name is Tessa. I will be your tarot card reader. Just know that these readings are timeless. So if you see this 6 months from now or 1 year from now, that is when you were meant to see it. Okay. Also, these are spiritual guidance readings. Spiritual guidance readings are about going within. They're about learning more about yourself, learning more about your feelings, your wishes, your desires, who you want to be, things like that, how you want to connect with yourself, with the world, and maybe even a higher power, you know. When we talk about spiritual energy, I'm not just referring to one way of being in regards to spirituality or one way of practicing spirituality. Like, you know, there's so many different kinds of religions. There's so many different ways that we can practice spirituality. So this is, you know, about your inner spirituality, your inner desire to know more and to seek more awareness about who you are and what you feel within you. That would be the best way to explain it. So I really hope these feelings, I really hope these readings do help. Just so you know, I do have a donation link down below in case anybody wants to throw a little donation or a tip. It's always appreciated. I know these times are really hard right now, and everyone's trying to figure out what the next phase is going to be. So, yeah. Let's get to it. Also, I am using the Influence of the Angels tarot deck, in case anyone is wondering. Okay. Let me see if I have anything else to say. I think that's about it. All right. Let me get to the Scorpio. Oh yeah, and with that being said about me doing only spiritual guidance readings, I don't do like love readings, you know, I won't do readings for, you know, your crush, what they feel and think and things like that, or career readings. It's just specifically self-growth and spiritual guidance. Also, at this point in time, I'm not doing personal readings, I'm not doing extended readings. That doesn't mean that it might not be something I'll do in the future, but at this point in time, it's just general readings, okay? So it might resonate with you, it might not. Parts of what I'm saying might resonate, parts of it might not. Hopefully you're able to learn something. Hopefully something will resonate, and the things that don't, or the things that you're kind of like, that advice is not really for me, you know, just leave it for somebody else, all right? All right, Scorpio. Whew. Let's see what we have here. All right. I always want to flip that card. All right. Okay, so underlying energy, you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a Gemini card. This is Sun in Gemini energy. So the Ten of Swords talks about a very painful ending. Okay. The 10 is the last card in its designated suit. So with the swords, it's going to be the last card in the suit energies. I'm sorry, the knife energies. Obviously, I can't talk right now, so all right, so truth is coming to light, okay? So the underlying energy, you just discovered a truth. Okay, now Scorpios are very, very deeply intuitive, okay? You guys are already very, very deeply in tune with your own feelings, with the energies of the universe. You know all about death and transformation and the deeper mysteries of life, and you always aim to find the truth, okay? So something has come to light, and it was very hurtful. It was very painful. It brought an end to a certain situation. And you are being forced to go within and make a choice. Okay, so you're being forced to go within. Okay, now your motivation is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is Mercury and Aquarius, okay? So you have felt something, you have felt, or you're feeling something very painful. You're feeling something very, very painful because truth has come to light, okay? And you want to move to calmer waters. You want to move on from a certain situation that has brought you a lot of pain and has brought you some suffering. You might even feel betrayed, okay? But this is about you. This is not about the other person, okay? So you want to move on to calmer situation. These people in this boat, they're pointing, they're going like, okay, we're going to go from here where things are burning to here where things are a little bit more calm and nice. And so this is your motivation, is to just kind of get away from this feeling, get away from this energy of, just because you're able to see the truth in something doesn't mean it's any less painful. It doesn't mean it's any less painful, and it's very painful. And you're ready to start a new journey, and you're ready to say, it's time to cross over these waters and move on. Okay, it's time to move on. You're ready. Now, you're feeling just a little, you're ready to move on. You're ready to go to new land, okay, to a fresh beginning. But you're kind of afraid to put your heart out there again. This might have been in relation to a love interest or a relationship you were in. Maybe just someone that you had really strong feelings towards, and you saw the truth in them or in something. It couldn't happen. for whatever reason, you know. And with this fresh new start, with this fresh beginning, you're afraid to open your heart up again. All right. The Page of Cups, all pages in the tarot deck are a physical manifestation and representation of the aces. So the Page of Cups is like a physical representation of the Ace of Cups, which is divinely guided and divinely gifted. Pages are very pure of heart. They are learners, okay? They're students of life. They're ready to take that cup that they've just been given, and they're very pure-hearted. But it's almost like that very nature of your heart, that kind of pure, innocent part of you, is still wounded. I think that this situation kind of wounded this innocence that you have in you. This, you kind of have this part of you that loves in this kind of innocent kind of way. And it's almost like that was the part of you that was hurt. And you might feel sad that you don't know, like your child, that like childlike wonder about love is a little wounded right now, and you don't really know, you're very timid, you don't really know how to kind of like move on from that, or how to grow up from that, or yeah. So you want to, though, you wanna, you want to love again, you want to put your heart out there again, but you also know that at this point in time, you just need to take it step by step. You need to be slow and steady and careful and a little meticulous, Pages typically move very slow. They are also, their underlying element is the earth on top of the element of their suit. So earth and water, okay? So you're feeling it, you're feeling the hurt, but you haven't completely let go of that innocent feeling that you have about love, It's still there within you. And from what I see, you're not going to let it go. You're not shutting it off completely, but you realize that it's time to move on. It's time to move on to other things. So with that being said, in your outside influences position, you have the Page of Wands, okay? And talking about pages, they carry the earth element as their foundation on top of the element of their suit, okay? And they're also being divinely guided by the ace. So with the Page of Wands, you have earth and fire, and you are being guided by the Ace of Wands, which is about spirituality, creativity, inspiration, very active energy. Okay, where the Page of Cups is more receptive, it's more passive, it's more intuitive, feminine, inner. Wands is masculine, active, fire energy, okay? So with the outside influence, there might either be someone in your life who is inspiring you to go in a new direction. I feel like this is someone in your life. I feel like there is someone in your surroundings, maybe a friend or, you know, a relative or a coworker or whoever. It could just be someone on social media, somebody who kind of shows this this innocent nature about them to want to go out and learn, and that's making you feel like, oh, I could do that too, you know, because you're still kind of in this like Page of Cups energy, but you're seeing the Page of Wands and it's inspiring you to maybe like start a new project or to get creative with something, to start doing something else that will bring you happiness and that will bring you joy and that will bring you fulfillment. So this is an outside influence that, yeah, you're kind of looking towards them. You're kind of looking towards them, and not necessarily for guidance, maybe a little bit for guidance, but it's a little bit more of like a kindred soul. You see that they're just starting with something. They're learning something new. They have just begun on this new journey of theirs, and it's inspiring you to begin on your own journey. That's the best way to put it. So it's not like, you know, like a follow the leader kind of thing. It's more like, oh, well, if they can do it, I can do it. Or, you know, I see them starting this, so I'm going to go start this, or something like that, or I'm going to feel inspired to start this. Something like that. All right. Yeah. All right. So in your advice card, this is so great how this comes right after the Page of Wands. So you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is an Aries card. Okay. This is Mars. This is Mars in Aries. So the Two of Wands talks about this man. He has one wand stably rooted in the foundation which he comes from. Okay, so one of his wands are firmly grounded in his home, his family, you know, wherever he is rooted from. And the other one is that the one that he took that has inspired him, where he was just like, I'm going to go start my own journey. I'm going to go do my own thing. And he has a foot on the wall over here, and he's got a compass in his hand, you know, so he's ready. He's ready to take action. He's in that in-between right now where he's like, I'm going to go build my own kingdom, my own fortress, I'm going to go do something for myself. I'm thankful for where I came from, but now it's time for me to take a step towards cultivating something that I can have for me. Okay. So he feels inspired. Okay. So with this as your advice, with this in your advice position, the universe is saying, yeah, go do it. You have an idea. You're feeling inspired. Let's take that to the next level. Take that to the next level. Go take the step that you need to take in order to reach that end. Okay, in order to start feeling more in your power again. Start feeling more in control of yourself, because, you know, there are things that are going on around us that we can't control, and this is like, you know, with this being an influence from Mars, the planet Mars, you know, even though we relate Mars to aggression and, you know, anger, it's also very, very groundbreaking. Okay, it's very groundbreaking, and it's very assertive, very passionate. So with Mars and Aries, Aries is very passionate as well, all of that. But they are their sign is in the cardinal position, which so they're in the beginning of spring. Okay, so they represent the first month of spring, which is cardinal effect. So that represents beginnings and new, you know, groundbreaking ideas and ventures and things like that. So the universe is telling you to be passionate, okay, and to not be afraid to follow groundbreaking ideas and visions, and to take a step in that direction, okay? Take a step in that direction and see what wonderful things come of it, okay? Allow yourself to be inspired, all right? Now, moving into your, the best way to move forward from this, we have the Hangman. So this is Neptune energy, okay? Neptune is very much ruled by illusions and fantasies, dream-like sense of wonder, and spirituality as well. Now, man, Scorpio, you guys got me thinking really, really deep in here. And I've got Scorpio in my chart. So it's like I'm very used to, like, when I start, like, I have my sun in Sagittarius and my moon in Scorpio. So it's just crazy how those two interact with each other. Let me just tell you. But I understand the need to go within. I do. I've been an introvert almost my whole life, and I still am very much an introvert. But I'm trying to find the balance here. So, excuse me. So, Scorpios have a tendency and a very strong need to go within and to discover the truth of the situation, to discover the truth of, like, anything. You know, not only themselves, but of other people and of the outside world and what people's motivations are. And, you know, Scorpios are very intense, deep characters. And, you know, it can get pretty overwhelming at times. And so with the Hanged Man in this position of the best way to move forward, I think that you do have the tendency before you take action to really just go into, it's almost like trying to see things with X-ray vision. It's almost like before you take that step, you want to see the truth of what's going to be on the other side before you take the step. Okay. You know, you want to, like, look straight at the end of that path. So it's like, okay, let's say you have two paths, right? And you are facing left. You are, like, zooming right into the end, and you're like, okay, what's the truth? Oh, okay, no. Now, what's the truth on this side? I don't know if I want... Okay, so... it's okay to do that, okay? But don't let it stagnate you, okay? Don't let your desire to see, like, the end, and the truth stop you from taking action. Okay, you can still move forward and be careful, be cautious, because we know you have a big heart. We know that you have a lot of love to give, and we know it's very intense. And it's filled with not only, yes, deep, intense love, but also innocent love, like childlike love. And you don't want that childlike love to be broken, you know? You don't want it to be corrupted by the world, because the world wants to corrupt. It wants to turn it into, you know, this and that and savagery and, you know, exploit it. And it's like, no. I see you. You want to exploit my love? No, I'm good. Okay, what's on this side? That's looking a little iffy too. Now, there are ways that you can move forward knowing the truth and not allowing that truth to hinder you, okay? Don't allow the truth that you see or that you know and feel within you to stop you from going in a certain direction. Because it can, I don't know, like, are you really growing if you do that? You know, it's like, sometimes I think that with Scorpios, it's like you can see the depths of something so much that it's almost like, oh, well, what's the point of going down this journey if I already know? Well, what's the point of anything? You know, that's the whole point of the journey. It's like, have fun on the journey. But still have fun, but, you know, be lighthearted. You have to find that inner child in you again. To not be so, I don't know, you know, just find that inner child in you again. Maybe don't give yourself so like, you know, here's all my heart. No, just, you know, just do it little by little. Be playful, things like that. Okay, so moving along. Nine of Wands, best way to move forward, position. This is the moon in Sagittarius. So, this card I always think is saying, like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, okay? It's like, here's all this... Here are all these wands planted in the earth, and what came before the Nine of Wands was the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is very fast-moving energy. It's almost flying from the air, and it's hitting the earth. So I always think of these 8 wands as like the wands that came from the air and just hit the earth, and this guy is just like, okay, well, where did that just come from? Well, you know, I guess I'll just keep moving. I don't know. So for some reason, like, I just think of this as like the Scorpio attitude. Like, I just like Moon in Sagittarius just sounds like the equivalent to just like a Sun in Scorpio. I just, you know, take it if it resonates, but I just kind of see it as like, okay, yeah. It's like you see things for what they are. And you're going to keep going. You are. You're going to keep moving. You're going to keep going. But you know what you really want. You're like, yeah, and you already know what it is you want. And yet you're like, still, it's like you're still putting yourself through this whole process because it's like you feel like you have to, or it's like you feel like you okay, well, this is just part of life. Like, I just have to keep putting myself through the same process, through the same thing of feeling this way, and then I have to translate it into something else because the rest of the world says so, or because ... fill in the blank, whatever reason. I feel like this whole reading was like you playing a trick on me. All like, yeah, I already know what I want. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, I already know. Yeah, I know that too. I know that too. Okay. Anyway, your final outcome is the Two of Cups. All right. I have a sense of humor. I hope that maybe my sense of humor is not for everybody, but if y'all feel me, you feel me. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. Your final outcome is the Two of Cups. Venus in Cancer. This is your element. This is water. Look at this. Look at the exact thing that you felt disheartened by, that you were like, oh, is your final outcome. You were like, oh, why is my heart so, I'm just so sensitive, and I'm just gonna be timid with my feelings. And then you go through this whole thing only to be like, well, I'm just gonna I saw the truth. And I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go talk to this person. I want to say that this is kind of a love reading. It could also be self-love, like already knowing who you are, already knowing what it is you want out of life, already knowing that you do seek that innocent, childlike love. Like you want somebody who will understand you. You want someone who will understand you, and the depth that is you, and the mystery that is you, and the ups and downs that are you. Like, you just want someone to understand, like, the purity of your heart. Like, you don't want to have to go down this path and that path and that path. You're like, okay, you just want someone to see you for who you are and just be like, yeah, that's what I want. I want you, Scorpio. I want you. So you don't want to have to go down the path. You're going to go down those paths because you know you have to go down those paths, because you know that you still have to take some action. But, like, do I have to? Do I have to? Oh, gosh. I really hope this reading made sense. I personally feel like it was a little all over the place, but if it made sense to you, then it made sense to you. You know what I'm saying? All right, Scorpio. You're a beautiful soul. Trust me, I get it. Just keep being you. But don't be so passive, okay? I mean, like, just keep moving. Keep going after what you want. You don't always have to just stand there and give people that look, like, okay, you can come to me. Hey, what's up? All right, well, I'm going to end it right there because I could just keep on going. So, hope that helped. Bye, guys.